Hello friends, I have a story to share with you. It's called Rachel Carson, Preserving a Sense of Wonder, written by Joseph Bruchac and illustrated with beautiful work by Thomas Locker. Once there was a child whose love of nature would one day lead her to write a book that changed our world. On a little farm not far from a bend in the Allegheny River, Rachel saw a spring fog that seemed to turn each road into a river and the land back into an ancient sea. That place was called Springdale, Pennsylvania, a town once as lovely as its name. There, in a clapboard house with 4 small rooms, a wide-eyed girl learned from her mother, Maria, to know the names and songs of birds and to see the spirit in all living things. While she would not see the ocean until she was a grown woman, books began to carry Rachel away to distant shores, where the music of waves would move her heart. Although Rachel always knew her path would be that of a writer, she chose to study living things, biology, in college. When at last Rachel made her first visit to the ocean to work for one enchanted summer, her feet felt the pull of Cape Cod's salty waves, and her wondering eyes took in the great sea. Sometimes nature lends a heart strength, and when Rachel looked for her first job in science, her writing saved the day. She would write radio scripts on the romance of the waters, a subject close to her. Later, she wrote her first book, Under the Sea Wind, about her great love, the wonderful sea. In its pages, Rachel followed the creatures of ocean and shore throughout the seasons. This was only the beginning of Rachel's true stories of nature's wonders. Soon, she wrote The Sea Around Us, then The Edge of the Sea. Now she could write all the time and live in a cottage on the coast of Maine, where the ocean song was always nearby. In the Pennsylvania town where Rachel had been a child, few trees were now left. The rivers were foul, and the air was choked with smoke, and the gentle rain was now poisoned with the sprays to kill insects. When Rachel heard stories of robins dropping dead from eating insects treated with the chemical sprays, she could no longer be silent. She began to write a book that warned of a world where the songs of birds would disappear and the rivers and oceans would die. Rachel's new book, Silent Spring, helped people understand that if we break one strand in the web of life, every other strand is in danger. While many powerful voices were raised against her, others read Rachel's words and felt their own hearts change. 2 years later, Rachel had cancer and felt her own life ending. Yet she felt peace and happiness because she knew that her books would be read by those who had never known her, and that the living sea would still wash onto the shore. Because of Rachel and her powerful words for nature, the rivers of our land now flow cleaner, the songbirds still sing from the apple trees, and the fish still swim in Rachel's beloved sea. And like Rachel, somewhere a child watches and listens and cares for this earth as she keeps her sense of wonder. And thank you for listening to Rachel Carson, Preserving a Sense of Wonder.